Hello, and welcome to your daily top news briefing for Saturday, May 2nd, 2026. In the next few minutes, we'll cover the biggest stories of the day. Let's get started. Story number 1. Update on a story we covered recently. Bengal Assembly Elections 2026 voting live updates. Repolling underway at 15 booths. Bengal Assembly Elections 2026. Voting began at 7 a.m. and will continue till 6 p.m. Story number 2. Update on a story we covered recently. Assembly Elections 2026 live. Repolling begins at 15 booths in South 24 Parganas after ECI's repoll order. BJP strategy to defame Bengal. TMC's Shashi Panja alleges poll day provocation after ECI orders repoll. Story number 3. No further orders necessary. Special SC bench rejects TMC's plea on counting staff. The Supreme Court of India dismissed TMC's plea against deployment of central staff for West Bengal vote counting, recording the Election Commission of India's assurance that its April 13th circular will be followed. Story number 4. Bargi Dam tragedy. Bodies of mother, son found in final embrace. The Narmada Queen, carrying around what locals estimate was at least 43 people, capsized at approximately 6:13 p.m. on Thursday. Story number 5. Trump's lunatics jab at Iran over nukes as U.S. clock to end war stops. Trump blamed Iran's fractured leadership for not giving the kind of deal that we have to have. Story number 6. Update on a story we covered recently. Mother and son in one life jacket among Jabalpur boat collapse victims. The Narmada Queen, carrying around what locals estimate was at least 43 people, capsized at approximately 6:13 p.m. Story number 7. EC circular not contrary to rules. Big SC setback for TMC before Bengal results. SC said that the Election Commission circular on deploying central government staff as counting supervisors is not contrary to rules. Story number 8. Update on a story we covered recently. Blast or make deal. Trump outlines Iran war options. Trump also said that Iran leadership's disunity could be affecting the negotiation process. Story number 9. Pact on foreign language learning set to provide global platform to Rajasthan's youth. The MOU for a foreign language communication skills program was signed between the state government and the English and Foreign Languages University, Hyderabad, in the presence of Union Education Minister Dharmendra. Story number 10. Nirav Modi. Vijay Mallya among 21 declared fugitive economic offenders as ED seizes 2,178 rupees crore assets. Story number 11. After Hemanta's remarks, Indian officials say commitment to normalize ties with Bangladesh unaffected. Stakeholders at multiple levels may look at India's neighborhood from their point of view. However, that cannot be interpreted as a reflection of Delhi's current position, The Hindu is told. Story number 12. Frantic wait for life jackets. Video captures panic and chaos on MP cruise boat before it overturns. Story number 13. From Ranchi school where Dhoni studied, 7-year-old swimming prodigy makes history. Story number 14. Wedding drama. Bride garlands lover instead of groom, runs off stage. Guests left stunned. A wedding in Chhindwara took a dramatic turn when the bride garlanded her lover instead of the groom, leading to chaos and a scuffle. Story number 15. Update on a story we covered recently. How Narmada cruise went from leisure outing to tragedy. Story number 16. Center gives contractors extension, waives penalties amid Middle East war. The government has also provided clarity on timelines, representational. Story number 17. Jameson punished after intimidating send-off to Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. Delhi Capitals bowler Kyle Jamieson received a demerit point and an official warning for a Level 1 IPL Code of Conduct breach. Story number 18. ED. Assets attached in money laundering cases rose 23-fold between 2005 to 14 and 2014 to 24. Story number 19. NIA court to complete framing of charges against 2010 hand-chopping case accused on May 15. NIA court to complete framing of charges against 2010 hand-chopping case accused on May 15. Story number 20. U.S. to cut troop levels in Germany by 5,000 amid Trump spat with MERS. The decision to reduce the U.S. deployment to Germany comes amid a row between the two allies over Iran. Story number 21. Trump tells Congress ceasefire means he does not need their approval for Iran war. The president writes that hostilities have terminated because of the ceasefire, arguing he does not need congressional authorization. Story number 22. Update on a story we covered recently. Iran war live. Trump says no early end to war, unhappy with Tehran offer. White House tells Congress that Iran hostilities have terminated despite continued U.S. troop presence in Middle East. Story number 23. U.S. said to be withdrawing 5,000 troops from Germany over Iran war spat. President Donald Trump has feuded with European allies over their reluctance to step up support for war on Iran. Story number 24. Trump says U.S. forces are like pirates taking Iranian oil. Donald Trump says U.S. forces are like pirates taking over Iranian ships and cargo near the Strait of Hormuz. Story number 25. Iran war protester speaks to Al Jazeera from top of Washington Bridge. A 45-year-old man is occupying the top of Washington's Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge to protest the war on Iran. Story number 26. If we sleep they bite. Rats and weasels infest camps for displaced Gazans. In the Gaza Strip, the daily battles are now with rats, weasels, and other pests spreading diseases. Story number 27. Havana slams new Trump sanctions as collective punishment of Cuban people. The Cuban government has firmly rejected the recent sanctions levied by U.S. President Donald Trump. Story number 28. Trump claims other presidents flouted war powers law. It's a mixed record. Both Bushes and Reagan won authorization for wars, but Obama and Clinton ducked the requirement. Story number 29. Peru probes trafficking of citizens to fight for Russia and Ukraine. Peru's public prosecutor says many of their citizens are victims of deception, lured by the promise of jobs. Story number 30. 20% off Brooks promo code and deals for May 2026. Enjoy 20% off your first order with the Brooks coupon code, plus top discounts and deals on our favorite Brooks running shoes. Story number 31. Newegg promo code, 10% off in May 2026. Enjoy up to 10% off your entire order with today's Newegg promo code and discount codes. Save with the latest deals for gaming PCs, laptops, and computer parts. Story number 32. 30% off Canon promo codes, May 2026. Save an extra 10% or 30% with Canon coupon codes, plus up to $1,600 on cameras, printers, and more this May. Story number 33. Columbia promo codes, 15% off May 2026. Explore current Columbia deals on jackets, outdoor gear, and apparel. Find active Columbia promo codes, student discounts, and free shipping offers to save on your next adventure. Story number 34. Replits Amjad Masad on the Cursor deal, fighting Apple, and why he'd rather not sell. At TechCrunch's sold-out Strictly VC event in San Francisco on Thursday night, we covered a lot of ground in a short time, beginning with the question everyone in the industry is asking right now. In a world where rivals see. Story number 35. Splatoon Raiders pre-orders for the Switch 2 are nearly 20% off. Nintendo recently announced a new pricing policy, which knocks $10 off the cost of digital versions of future first-party titles exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2. Story number 36. Study. AI models that consider users' feeling are more likely to make errors. Overtuning can cause models to prioritize user satisfaction over truthfulness. Story number 37. Therabody promo codes, 15% off May 2026. Save on the science-backed devices you've been eyeing with 15% off Theragun discount code and 30% off other great deals. Story number 38. Muesli secures $360 million from General Catalyst without giving up equity. The DDC Skin, Hair, and Menopause Care brand will use the non-dilutive capital to supercharge customer acquisition. Story number 39. Microsoft tests redesigned Windows 11 run menu with dark mode and more. Microsoft is testing its much-needed refresh for the Windows 11 run menu, offering a modern interface that the company says is faster and comes with support for dark mode. Story number 40. The ARM-apocalypse has bought Microsoft valuable time in the fight against SteamOS. Op-ed. Valve has made a dent in Windows gaming share, but can it keep going? Story number 41. Meta buys robotics startup to bolster its humanoid AI ambitions. Meta bought humanoid startup Assured Robot Intelligence to beef up its AI models for robots, the company said. Story number 42. ExxonMobil CEO expects higher oil prices due to Iran war. The market hasn't seen the full impact. Oil prices have soared on the risk of escalation and then plunged on hopes for peace before repeating the cycle. Story number 43. India-linked tanker laden with cooking fuel attempts Hormuz exit. An India-linked supertanker laden with liquefied petroleum gas is attempting to transit the Strait of Hormuz, a rare crossing that underscores the country's struggle to alleviate a historic energy crisis. Story number 44. Spirit Airlines prepares to shut down after failing to reach deal for bailout lifeline. Talks with bondholders for a government bailout this week failed to yield a deal. Story number 45. LA's Television City studio lot faces sale forced by lenders. Lenders are forcing Hollywood landlord Hackman Capital Partners, the largest independent studio and soundstage owner, to relinquish entertainment properties around Los Angeles as values plunge and demand stays soft. Story number 46. Cautious optimism. Berkshire investors weigh future under new CEO Greg Abel. The mood in the air was cautiously optimistic as new and returning investors weighed the company's direction under a new chief executive. Story number 47. Building the world's alternative investment marketplace. Masters in Business. Barry speaks with Lawrence Calcano, chairman and CEO of iCapital, about how he helped build the company into one of the globe's leading platforms for alternative investments for wealth managers, advisors, bankers, and others. Story number 48. Trump tells Congress hostilities in Iran have terminated as war powers deadline hits. Trump said there is tremendous discord among Iran's leaders, which has complicated efforts to end the war that the United States began in late February. Story number 49. Wall Street Week Warsha's Fed, vibe coding, geothermal energy, Vegas bets big. This week, the Fed made its call this week, but Kevin Warsh may be about to change the institution itself. And AI made coding easy for everyone, and that's the best and worst thing to happen to software engineering. Story number 50. Update on a story we covered recently. If we're doing blunders, or KL Rahul after Delhi Capitals record chase. KL Rahul led Delhi Capitals to a thrilling 7-wicket victory over Rajasthan Royals, successfully chasing a massive 225. Rahul's 75 and Nissanka's 62 powered a record-breaking chase, ending a 3-match losing streak. That's all for today's briefing. If you found this useful, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss tomorrow's update. See you again tomorrow.